Parker University is one of the nation's leading institutions in evidence-based healthcare, known worldwide for chiropractic education. Parker has grown into a comprehensive university with programs in chiropractic, human performance, business, public health, and more. Online, hybrid, or on campus to earn associates, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. With cutting-edge technology, flexible ways to learn, and supportive student services. Parker University, igniting passion, transforming lives. Visit parker.edu.
The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com. The Radio Memories Network welcomes you to the earliest days of radio. All this is still ours today through the Radio Memories Network.
Precious and few are the moments we two can share.
Hi, old-time radio lovers. This is Bob Camerado, your host at Boxcar's 711 Old-Time Radio Pod. I'm deviating from my normal show opening to make an appeal to you, the listening audience, to help support this great programming, to make a donation of $1 or $2 a month to the Radio Memories Network. Now, that's not to my shows, not to Boxcar's 711 Old-Time Radio Pod. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking you to support the network itself that offers so much more than my show. Great programming like La Jazz Affair, Big Band Serenade, Yesterday, USA, the Radio Detective Story Hour, Just Old Time Radio, and Sci-Fi Friday, just to name a few. And you can search the internet far and wide, and you may be able to accumulate some of these programs, but you're never going to find anything as unique as the Radio Memories Network, all under one roof and no cost to you. It's fundraising time, and so I'm asking my listening audience to do their share. $1 or $2, the cost of a soda, will help to defer the cost of bandwidth and the cost of putting these programs together for your listening enjoyment. You can make your contributions, ask your questions and suggestions, comments by contacting directly Mr. Dennis Humphrey at Radio Memories, that's one word, radiomemories@gmail.com. Please don't put it off till tomorrow. The network is in financial need, and to lose Radio Memories Network would be a big loss to all of us. Again, that email address, radiomemories, one word, @gmail.com. I want to thank you in advance, and now let's get on with our program.
You're listening to Shoutcast Radio.
Michael Shayne was a fictional sleuth created by Brett Halliday, a pen name for author David Drescher, who was first initiated into the fraternity of detectives in the 1939 novel Dividend of Death. Drescher based the character on a tall and rangy brawler who once saved his life during a brawl in a Mexican cantina. The Shayne character would go on to appear in 69 novels, plus a long-running mystery magazine, and in 1941 he was brought to the silver screen in Paramount's Michael Shayne, Private Detective, an adaptation of Dividend of Death. Now that starred Lloyd Nolan, and it paved the way for 6 additional B-mysteries to follow. The Michael Shayne character was also played by Hugh Beaumont. Yes, Ward Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver, in a much lower budgeted PRC series beginning with the 1946 film Murder Is My Business. Shayne's debut on network radio kicked off on October 16, 1944, with the Don Lee series Michael Shayne Private Detective, starring Wally Mayer as the New Orleans-based Mike and Louise Arthur, and later Kathy Lewis as the blonde bombshell girlfriend Phyllis Phil Knight. The program ran on Mutual's West Coast network for 2 seasons and moved coast to coast on October 15, 1946, running until November 11, 1947. 8 months later, a new Shane series appeared, appropriately titled The New Adventures of Michael Shane, and it premiered on July 15, 1948, with Jeff Chandler in the part and the Phyllis Knight character, now history. It always seems to happen to people you love. Now, this show was a transcribed and syndicated series, though it was heard briefly over Mutual from May to July of 1949 and occasionally on ABC, and ran for 2 years. And this was at the same time that Chandler was appearing as the bachelor biology teacher Philip Boynton on the Aramis Brooks series. Michael Shane returned on October 14, 1952 with ABC's The Adventures of Michael Shane, and so did Phyllis, which found those crazy mixed-up kids out of the Big Easy and into New York. Judith Parrish was Phyllis, and 3 actors, Donald Curtis, Robert Sterling, and Vinton Hayworth, were all heard as Mike. And listening to a pair of Shane's New Adventures with Chandler, I couldn't help but notice that Mikey Boy had quite an iron constitution. He was shot in the side on one show, received 2 bullet nicks in the other, but the man is a regular Timex watch. Shane also, in the tradition of radio's Sam Spade, Johnny Dollar, and many others, narrates his adventures. One of the most popular private detectives ever, red-haired Miami PI Michael Shane had a long, successful multimedia career. Today, we're going to listen to 2 episodes from 1948. The first from August 6th, entitled The Case of the Phantom Gun, and the second from September 18th, 1948, The Crooked Wheel. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this truly old-time radio classic, 2 episodes of The New Adventures of Michael Shane.
Think yourself out of this one. Jasper will have that door down in just another second. There'll be nothing between you and his sawed-off shotgun but air. Think fast, Shane, because...
The New Adventures of Michael Shane, Private Detective. This is your director, Bill Russo, inviting you to listen to Michael Shane, that reckless, red-headed Irishman, back at his old haunts in New Orleans. Another transcribed episode. We call it The Case of the Phantom Gun.
Yes? Oh, Mr. Shane, come on in. I wasn't expecting anybody.
I'll only be a minute. I just stopped by to tell you I finished your job.
You found out?
Yep.
Well, is this...
No, Mrs. Kinney, your husband isn't seeing another woman on the nights he stays away from home.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Shane. What is he doing?
I suggest you keep him home nights.
Mr. Shane, what do you mean?
Look, you hired me to find out if he's running around with another woman. Well, I found out he isn't. Now, Mrs. Kinney, if you don't mind,
Well, the way you're evading it, Well, you just can't walk out on me. If Dick is in some sort of trouble,
I should always follow my hunches. Look, I didn't want your case in the first place, but you looked like a good kid, and I didn't like the idea of some guy pushing you around.
Well, I don't understand.
I've only been on the case 3 days, Mrs. Kinney. But from the very beginning, I've been getting phone calls from a character who's been warning me they'd find my head in a basket if I didn't lay off.
Well, what could Dick be doing that would possibly...
This morning I couldn't get into my office with the stuff piled knee-high all over the place. Now, my furniture isn't exactly Chippendale, but it does have a sentimental value. And as for my files, they look like the morning after Mardi Gras.
Your office was ransacked?
Yeah, it looked more like the Ringling Brothers had used it as a detention room for naughty elephants.
Well, certainly Dick had nothing to do with that.
I'm not on any other case, Mrs. Kinney, and the gal who cleans up doesn't know any elephants.
But I just don't understand. If Dick really is in trouble, why...
Look, can you understand me? Keep Dickie at home.
But why? Why, Mr. Shane?
All right. I'll tell you. And then it's your problem. Your husband has picked up an unsavory playmate. He's up to his clavicle in some very hot blackmail. And if I'm any judge, his clavicle is about to be chopped off.
In a moment, we'll return to the adventures of Michael Shane and the case of the Phantom Gun.
You want a recipe for trouble? Take 1 part Shane, add a pretty young thing in trouble up to her ears through no fault of her own, mix well in a solution of tears, and you have a guy who'll let his emotions sway his good judgment. Something I do as often as a police commissioner treats me to a steak dinner. Now, Phyllis Kinney had hired me to find out if her husband was two-timing. He wasn't, but he'd gotten himself mixed up with a character named Jasper. This Jasper was following his usual routine, getting close to his blackmail victim by working for him. In this case, he was the gardener at the Duval estate. And that's how Dick Kinney got mixed up with him. Dick was the Duval chauffeur. What made it pretty clear something was in the air was what happened after I'd stuck my nose in there just briefly. I got threatening phone calls, and a cyclone hit my office. Typical Jasper stunts. Anyway, I agreed to try talking some horse sense into young Dick Kinney before I bowed out of the case. It was getting dark when I pulled up outside the ancestral grounds of the Duval estate. I walked up the gravel driveway toward the house. Couldn't see a car anywhere in front, but there were lights on in the house, so chances were Dick was around back.
Hello there.
Oh, hello.
I haven't seen you before, have I?
Yourself. You'd remember if you had.
Nice. Everything nice. Even the hair. Nice and red.
You wouldn't be Mrs. Duval, would you?
You read the society page.
No, this was on the front page.
Oh, that. Wasn't that nasty of them?
62 marrying 22, that kind of thing.
I'm glad I'm 22. Come here.
Yeah. Kind of impulsive, aren't you?
I don't believe in stifling inhibitions. It's unhealthy, Mr.
Shane.
Did you come here to see my husband?
No, I just want to word with Dick Kinney, your chauffeur.
Dick? Oh. He's pretty, too. He's around back somewhere, probably in the garage. Going to stick around a while?
No.
Oh, too bad. I'll see you again, Mr. Shane. Goodbye.
She ran off like the young animal she was. Disappeared into the house. When I got around to the back of the house, I saw a light burning in the 4-car garage and walked in. Somebody in coveralls was working on a town and country. He must have heard me come in because he pulled his head out of the motor and looked up. The blonde, wavy hair, the blue eyes, and weak mouth matched the picture on Phyllis Kinney's mantle. I started to say, "You're Dick Kinney, aren't you?" When I saw Kinney's eyes get wide, I wheeled around and caught a glimpse of an upraised arm and then... Oh. The roof fell in. Plowed me under. And then I smelled gasoline. It was one big ache all over. I opened my eyes just in time to see the heel of a shoe come down on my face. Then it was nothing for a while. The smell of dust and blood, leather and blood, and gasoline and blood crept back into my nose. I opened my eyes again. It was pitch dark. The roaring in my head blended with the low hum of the motor. I was on the floor of a car. We were driving somewhere. I jounced around like I was on a mechanical horse and out of time with the bucking. Then the car stopped. The door was open. I was yanked out by my ankles, and my head bounced as it hit the ground. I waited for something to happen. It did. I didn't feel any new pains. I was lying on the grass. It was cold with a little dew on it. Maybe the shots weren't for me.
You were told, Shane. You were told and you didn't behave. Now you're in the soup, but good.
Jasper, I recognize your voice anyway.
Would you, Shane? Maybe there'll be bells in your ears tomorrow, Shane. Maybe you won't hear so good.
You're making a mistake, Jasper. You're getting me interested. You shut up. It felt like little taps. Till I tasted shoe leather in my mouth. Blood again. Then I didn't taste or smell or think anymore. The moon was gone and I was cold. My face felt stiff and every bone in my body hurt. I got to my feet and looked around. Pretty dark. I thought about my nice warm apartment. Thought cheered me up a little. Then I saw him. It was the kid, Dick Kinney. He was lying on his stomach, face down. He wasn't breathing. I wondered briefly why I was still alive. Only it was too much of an effort. I wanted to lick my wounds and go to bed and sleep off the nightmare I'd just gone through. I kept telling myself as I started home, call headquarters, report the murder. But I don't think I did. Do a favor and get kicked in the teeth. I was so stiff the next morning, it took me 5 minutes to ease myself out of bed. I hobbled into my car and drove downtown, then hobbled up to my 10-by-14 office. I picked up a package the mailman had left with some circulars and bills and went inside. The cleaning woman had managed to make some sort of order out of the place. I eased myself into my chair, tossed the circulars and bills into the wastebasket, and turned to the package. It bore a New Orleans postmark, but no return address. I tore it open. It grinned up at me and seemed to say, boy, are you stupid, Shane. It was a Colt 38, nice and clean and just oiled. I reached for the lower left-hand drawer of my desk, but I knew I was wasting my time. This was my gun. Yeah, empty. I hadn't checked it when I found my office torn apart. I thought, Shane, you're losing your grip. What's the angle? Not being knocked off last night, and then this. What's the build-up for? Well, I didn't have to wait for an answer.
Hi, Shane.
Hello, Lieutenant.
What happened to your face?
I got a nervous barber.
You want to take a little trip?
No, I'm not up to it.
Force yourself. And that gun, we'll take that along, too.
What's up, Fletcher?
A tip.
And what?
The kid was found shot to death this morning. Dick Kinney. Do you know him?
Yeah, I heard of him. I had it in mind to call and report it.
Yeah. Let's have a gun. 38. Kinney was shot with a 38.
Well, there were 38s and 38.
Yeah. Now, let's go. This tip was pretty definite.
This thing was going too fast for me. Maybe I was wrong all along. Jasper wasn't that kind of an operator. He hadn't messed with murder before, as far as I knew. Maybe I'd stepped into something. That 38.
Okay, Shane, let's talk.
Did you test the gun?
Yeah. Dick Kinney was killed with it.
And I told you somebody swiped it from me.
Yeah, you told me. But you didn't report it when it was stolen.
I didn't know it was stolen.
You can do better than that, Shane.
Look, Lieutenant, I got it in the mail this morning.
You said you were going to report the murder. You were with Kinney last night about 9 o'clock.
I told you how it was.
The marks on your face don't lie, Shane. Neither does ballistics. 2 slugs in Kinney match with slugs from your gun. And the gun was nice and clean and just oiled.
But I tell you, it was in the mail. It came in the first delivery.
All right, Shane. Let's go back to your office and take a look at that wrapper.
Yeah, sure. Now you're using your head, Lieutenant.
Thanks.
Okay, Lieutenant. I threw the wrapper right into the wastebasket here now. Oh, no.
What?
The cleaning woman must have emptied it out.
Oh, no. Okay, Shane. I think we've reached the end of this little...
Oh, wait. We can try outside. Maybe they haven't picked up the trash yet.
You know that's against the law, littering the street like that.
Yeah. Bend down and help me go through this stuff here. It's a brown wrapper.
Okay. I don't know what this will prove anyway. All it can do is establish you getting a package this morning.
Yeah, I got it. Now, let's see. Okay, Lieutenant, take a look at the postmark.
And that's it. New Orleans, 3 p.m., April 12th. And that's yesterday afternoon, all right?
Yeah. The package with my gun in it was mailed yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and I got it this morning at 8:45.
You know, Shane, ballistics is like fingerprints. No two of them alike.
Then you made a mistake.
I didn't make a mistake. Maybe you did it. That doesn't add up.
It couldn't have been my gun that killed Kinney. The gun was in the United States mail at the time he was shot.
That's what you say. How do I know your gun was in that package?
But I'm telling
you... All
I
know is that in the history of the police department, ballistics has never been wrong. You admit being with him when he was killed, your gun killed him. There's only one answer, Shane, and you're it.
moment, we'll return to the adventures of Michael Shane and the case of the Phantom Gun.
I was in a spot, and I talked fast. I'd taken a little case, and it got away from me. Phyllis Kinney wondered whether her husband was spending his nights with other women after he got through with his chores as chauffeur for the Duvals. And because I could use the fee, I looked into it. I found out he'd gotten chummy with a character named Jasper, who worked on the Duval estate as guard. But Jasper's real trade was blackmail. I went to warn young Kinney to lay off and wound up with a headache. The kid was knocked off in an open spot on the bank of the Mississippi, and my gun apparently was a murder weapon. Only I didn't have the gun at the time. It was in the United States mails. Another item that kept my fat head in the fire was that I was along on the junket, albeit semi-conscious. Lieutenant Fletcher of the New Orleans Homicide Detail had a point.
Look, Shane, the bullets that killed young Kinney came from your gun. You can't shake that. You say the gun came through the mail this morning and that it was in the mail since yesterday afternoon.
I admit it doesn't add up, but
ballistics don't lie.
You gonna book me?
I'm considering it.
What'll that get you? Look, I've got an idea.
You can tell me your idea.
Well, it's speculation. That's all it is.
We speculate fine downtown.
Okay, Fletcher, if that's the way it is, I'm clamming up.
We've been too easy on you guys. All we get is a swift...
I don't know what you're complaining about. All I want to do is follow a trailer to wrap the whole thing up for you.
All right, Shane. This is against my better judgment, but you've got just 8 hours to find something.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Just don't try to leave town. I might as well tell you we're going right ahead, fitting your neck for a noose.
One thing I knew. One thing I was sure. That gun was in the mail when Kinney was shot. Like the lieutenant said, ballistics don't lie. No two bores make the same marks on a bullet. It's 1 in 100 billion. It just doesn't happen. Whoever figured this out was a smart cookie. The first thing I wanted to do was speak to old man Duval.
Yes, Mr. Shane?
Mr. Duval?
That's right. What can I do for you?
It's what I can do for you.
Oh?
Who's putting the bite on you?
I beg your pardon?
Did you know your chauffeur, Dick Kinney, was shot last night?
Yes.
The policeman here?
I don't see what business that is of yours.
I got my fingers burnt. I was taken along for the ride.
Oh. And that reference to
blackmail.
You're a private detective.
That's right.
I don't understand your connection.
I was checking up on Dick Kinney.
For what?
Something else. It doesn't fit in with your problem.
Now, Mr. Shane, I'm rather busy.
You're not too busy, Mr. Duval. Dick Kinney was blackmailing you, and Dick Kinney was killed last night.
Go on, Mr. Shane.
You want to tell me about it?
Tell you? Tell you what?
What the blackmail was about.
It seems to me you've made a lot of suppositions. I don't know why you got your information, but it doesn't resemble anything I am aware of.
Okay, Mr. Duval. You've got a right to your own mistakes.
Good day, Mr. Shane.
Oh, where's your wife?
Good day, Mr. Shane.
Shane, you're a whiz-bang, you are. And Armand Duval is charming. And Judith, his sprightly wife, is ugly. And Lieutenant is full of milk and honey, and the character Jasper is sweetness and light. And you, Shane, are the brilliant, the distinguished man about town, detective par excellence. Here, you've been scouting the setup for 4 days. You had a seat on the 50-yard line. Even had your own head used as a football, and you still don't know the score. Oh, yeah, you're a sharp one. Now all you have to do is wait behind the potted petunias until the suspect plants his hoofprint in the loam. Well, as I left the Duval castle and started toward the back of the house to pay my respects to Jasper, Judith popped out from behind a weeping willow.
You weren't leaving without seeing me, Michael, were you?
Well, leaving wasn't my idea. Your husband...
Oh, yes. Come on, Michael. There's a bench behind this willow tree. I'd like you to know me better.
That sounds like a worthy project.
What's happened to you? Your face looks like...
It came out second best in a tussle with a toe of your gardener size 11.
Sorry, it's 10.5, Shane.
Behind me again, huh?
That's all right. Lift him.
Jasper, what are you doing?
Just checking, Mrs. Duval. No gun, Shane?
No gun. All the odds are with you again, Jasper.
Yeah, I've been getting an idea. Swell idea.
Yeah, you've had lots of them lately.
Things are breaking my way for a change.
Jasper, put that gun away.
Mrs. Duval, this is the payoff. We're going to have an audience with the boss. Come on, both of you.
Where'd you get that museum piece, Jasper?
You like it? Just a shotgun. A little sawed off. Covers lots more territory that way. Let's go.
What is this, Jasper?
Little idea, sir. Everything was going so smooth and nice, I thought it's a pity if anything should happen. Then I thought this idea, and it's a pit.
You got a gun?
Yeah. Sit down, Mrs. DeVal.
I think you're making a mistake, Jasper.
Mistake. I ain't made one yet, and I've been in the business a long time. I said, sit down.
I refuse to have you.
Jasper,
Here we are, Shane.
Hey, you're real brave with a gun.
Judith. She's unconscious.
Her jabbering was getting on my nerves.
What do you intend to do?
It's a perfect setup. Shane is going to take the rap.
For what?
For Kinney's murder, Shane. It's like you're going to take the rap for DeVal's.
You're going to kill me?
Sure. You paid off Kinney $5,000 yesterday. That's chicken feed.
Yeah. Kinney was your go-between. That's why you bumped him.
That's right, Shane. I don't like to think I got a split with anybody.
Now, wait a minute, Jasper. We can come to terms, I'm sure.
This is too perfect.
No, don't!
Are you out your mind, Shane? This is an easy way for me to take care of you.
You got careless just 1 second too long. Besides, you made a mistake. My gun is at headquarters.
But this one ain't.
I knocked the gun out of his hand and it went skittering across the floor. But he was a lot closer to it than I was, and on his way for it already. I thought he who fights and runs away, and I slammed the door behind me and started for the front. I got lost or something, wound up in the kitchen. I went through it and out onto the rear veranda. I knew if I started across the lawn, I wouldn't have time to get to cover. I went back into the house through French windows with Jasper panning along behind me. Through the library and a big double-width staircase that led up to the top floor. I took it 3 at a time. Jasper was just rounding the first bend behind me when I reached the top. It splintered the beautiful wall paneling, but I didn't stop to survey the damage. I turned right and disappeared into the master bedroom at the end of the hall, just as another spurred me on. The room was done up in purple and rose. I guess it was very pretty under different circumstances. There was a door at the far end, and I scooted into it and threw it shut behind me, and then I turned the lock. The bathroom. I didn't even have time to look for an aspirin tablet in the medicine chest when the hammering started. I said to myself, all right, Shane, keep your head. You got to think yourself out of this one. Because on the other side of that door, Jasper's waiting for you. And the way that door is splintering up now, it doesn't look as if the wood is as stout as your grave. He could keep on living.
Gotcha, Shane! Gotcha!
He'd splintered out the middle panel. Now his hand filled the hole, and the gun filled his hand. Any second... Didn't feel anything. Maybe you never do. Maybe it was all over. Then the fingers of Jasper's hand got limp, and the gun fell onto the tile floor. I opened the door. It was Judith DeVal. She stood in the center of the room, and a thin thread of dried blood was on her chin. And the gun in her hand was pointed at Jasper, curled up on the floor.
In a moment, we'll be back with the thrilling climax of tonight's Michael Shane adventure.
Well, the bullets in Armand DeVal came from your gun also, Shane.
That's what I thought, Lieutenant.
But your gun's been in my desk all afternoon.
Just like last night when Dick Kinney was shot. My gun was in the mail.
You got a theory?
Sure.
Well?
I think you killed DeVal.
Huh? Oh, you slay me, Shane.
Did you inspect that sawed-off shotgun?
Yeah, the boys are going over it now. Why?
Well, I told you my office was ransacked and my gun was stolen. What was to prevent Jasper from firing a half a dozen bullets into some pillows, cleaning the gun, and sending it back to me?
Nothing if he wanted to.
Sure he'd want to. If he figured on putting those bullets in a gadget that would fit into the chamber of the shotgun and hold the bullets.
Yeah?
Then he could fire them through a much larger bore than my .38.
Yeah, hey, that would work, wouldn't it? The bore of a shotgun is so large that it wouldn't mark up the bullet.
Yeah, and would leave the original rifling marks from my gun. The only reason Jasper didn't finish me off last night was because he figured I'd take the rap for Dick Kinney's murder.
Yeah, that makes sense, too.
I wouldn't have had a close shave this afternoon if I'd ever learned to keep my big mouth shut. I told Jasper my gun was in police headquarters after he killed DeVal. Then he realized what I should have thought of, that I couldn't be blamed for DeVal's killing through my gun. That's why he went after me.
Hey, where you going?
I got a little unfinished business. I'll be back. It was pretty simple when you knew the background. Jasper got a job as a gardener because he wanted to be close to his blackmail victim, Duval. He'd got Dick Kinney to front for him and then killed the boy so he wouldn't have to split. It all tied together that way. All except one little item. I was going to find out about that. Judith was waiting for me in the Duval library.
Mike. Oh, Mike.
Now, before we settle down and get comfortable, sweetheart, I got a little confession.
What do I care what you want to confess? Oh, Mike, it's going to be wonderful. Just you and me.
Now, this confession's about you.
All right, what? What is it?
I thought for one solid 3-minute period you were true blue and a yard wide. When you shot Jasper. Oh, it wasn't so much to save my life, sweetheart, as it was to get rid of him. Tell me, did Jasper pick you or did you pick Jasper?
Mike, what are you talking
That
about?
gun trick. It's way over Jasper's head. He could never think of a thing like that.
Oh, let's not talk about Jasper.
And why would Jasper kill your husband if he's the one who was being blackmailed?
Was he, Mike?
No dice, baby.
What are you thinking?
It's pretty clear, Judith. You put Jasper up to getting money from your husband. And Jasper saw a wonderful opportunity. He didn't have to nibble at Duval. He wanted half of the money all at once. As Duval's widow, you get the money, don't you?
Mike.
Maybe he'd even bleed you to death for the other half, too. He was sitting pretty until everything fell into place for you.
Mike, listen. There are wonderful things from now on. I've got money. We can have all the good things. We can enjoy them, darling, together.
Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Where? Where to, Mike?
Police headquarters. This is where I came in. I always meet the right woman at the wrong time. I figured that tied everything up. But not quite. It turned out that the blackmail angle had to do with Duval not having a final divorce from his first wife when he married Judith. Judith was the only one who knew it. She contacted Jasper and worked him in on the deal. Very cute. Because when that came out, Judith lost her right to Duval's millions. But then, what could she spend money on where she was going?
The New Adventures of Michael Shayne is a Don W. Sharp production, transcribed in Hollywood and distributed exclusively by the Broadcasters Guild. Next week, you'll hear Michael Shayne in another thrilling adventure in mysterious and colorful New Orleans.
Who does not listen to Boxcar 711 old-time radio pod lacks wisdom of forefather.
Oh, well, there you go. More conclusive evidence that listening to the Boxcar 711 old-time radio pod is not only good for you, but shows wisdom. Just point your browser to boxcar711.libsyn, that's LIBSYN.com. or boxcar711.podomatic.com, and you too will possess wisdom.
The big gun in his hand turned over and over. He leaned his face close to mine, hissing softly between his teeth. It was a face that held all the evil in the world, the kind that gets up close when somebody's going to die. Suddenly, everything shattered in front of me like a bulb smashed against a rock. I got the last funny flash. Michael Shayne, a guy head deep in nothing.
The New Adventures of Michael Shayne, Private Detective. Michael Shayne, reckless, red-headed Irishman, is back again in his old haunts in New Orleans. This is your director, Bill Russo, inviting you to listen to another transcribed episode, which we call The Case of the Crooked Wheel. Mr. Private Detective?
Thanks. I was beginning to wonder whether that one line in classified was worth the price.
I observe, Mr. Detective, a man who has journeyed to a strange land. Observe a traveler who has come 1,000 of miles to seek you out.
Honey, you must be tired. Have a chair, traveler. Tell me what's on your mind.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Detective...
the name is Shane. Michael Shane.
Oh, of course. Mr. Detective Shane, observe before you a man with a despicable habit. A habit I cannot seem to break myself of.
Oh, why don't you try Doc Holloway down the hall? He's a psychologist there. You can lie down and talk about your troubles.
Please. Perhaps I should come to the point, no?
Yeah, that'd make things a little easier.
Perhaps, yes. Here. Observe it, if you please.
Oh? Paquito Casino, Mexico City, 25 pesos. What's it supposed to tell me?
It is money. At the Paquito Casino, which I, Ramon Paquito, am sole and legitimate proprietor. It is worth 25 pesos, like it says. And I, Ramon Paquito, give it to you. Free, gratis, for nothing, no obligations.
Yeah, thanks. Now, about this habit you've got, how bad is it?
Ay, terrible. I give away money, Mr. Detective Shane. Every week at the casino, I give away thousands of pesos.
Free, gratis, for nothing, no obligation?
Precisely.
Well, how can you make a living like that?
Well, 2 days ago, I asked myself the same question. There is no future in it, so I come to see you.
Oh, well, if you want to unload your assets all at once, you've come to the right place.
Please, Mr. Detective. Your humor is a stranger to me. I want you to save me from myself.
What do you want me to do?
Come to Mexico City with me. Find out why the Paquito Casino is losing money. Simple, is it not?
Well, that's going to cost you a chunk of dough, Mr. Paquito. $20 a day. That's 100 pesos. Plain fare and expenses.
Don't squibble about bagatelle, Mr. Detective. Now, will you come?
Sure. Just one thing, Mr. Paquito. You said you wanted me to save you from yourself. What did you mean?
Observe me well, Mr. Detective Shane.
Yeah?
Do I appear as a person who could cut a man's heart out?
No.
I, Ramon Paquito, could do it with a smile on my lips. Yes, Mr. Detective Shane, if what I suspect is true, I would whistle a song sentimental while I commit a murder.
In just a moment, we'll return to the new adventures of Michael Shane and the case of the Crooked Wheel.
The airplane trip across the Gulf gave Senor Ramon Paquito the time he needed to fill in the details. Somebody had a gimmick to beat his roulette wheels. Another couple of weeks of the process, and Ramon would be wearing a serape and huaraches instead of a double-breasted pinstripe. All of which had made him angry enough to want to kill whoever was outsmarting him. We landed late the next afternoon. The senor registered me at the Hotel Blanco, gave me directions how to reach the casino later, and then took off. I decided to give the town a whirl before it was time to punch the clock. The shops on Avenue Nacional were a sight to see, but I couldn't afford much looking. I settled for a Mexican-style back-scratcher, then wandered down a side street for local color. It was just when I hit the first block of wooden shacks that two things happened. Suddenly, it wasn't daylight anymore, and suddenly I wasn't alone.
Picturesque, isn't it?
Huh?
The guy sleeps with a goat and a flock of chickens, and they call it picturesque. I'll bet a big tourist like you gets a bang out of that, huh?
Now, look, Mr.
Your name's Shane?
No, it's Pancho El Diablo.
Taking Hugo, quick.
The shadow that separated itself from a lot of other shadows wasn't quite as tall as a gorilla, but it was a yard wider. It lurched toward me and spun me around. It felt like I was trying to bang my way out of a rubber beach ball. And then the thing stopped playing. It hoisted me by the neck off my feet and started to squeeze. A bead of light exploded in front of my brain like a billion nickels. And then somebody had sense enough to pull down the curtain. My first thought was that it's a lousy place to be dead in. Filthy room with a naked electric bulb dangling from the ceiling.
Back here, pretty man.
I tried to focus, but it was too tough getting through the pain. Something was playing tricks with my hair. I curved my eyes backward, and then I knew for sure I'd been killed. There was an angel leaning over me. In time, I'd be able to make out the wings.
Such a pretty man. Open your eyes, Chico. There.
Oh.
Feeling better? You're a very lucky man, Mr. Shane.
Oh.
In a few more seconds, your neck would have been broken. Then both of us would have been unhappy. You and I.
Yeah. Who are you?
Call me anything you like, Chico. Whatever suits you.
It's a real dramatic touch, Angel, but who are you? How did I get here?
I am Kathy. That's all you need to know.
No, I need to know a lot more. Like, how did you get me here? Like, how do you know who I am?
Simple, Chico. They carry you up here and went through your pockets. That would have killed you. Except I have a better idea.
Like what?
Use that return ticket to New Orleans. You can't get a meal in Mexico City like you can at Broussard.
Look, Angel, let's stop playing patty cake. Who are those guys who jumped me?
Oh. Then you see them?
No, it was too dark. All that registered was a guy who talked lazy and a shadow who must have been Charlie Atlas's prize pupil.
Well, then you are lucky. You better forget this whole rotten business and go home. Like a good boy.
Who said anything about being a good boy?
You hardly look in any condition to exert yourself.
Now, come here.
I hate you.
Yeah. Now that we're practically soulmates, Gabby, start lying to me. Start from the beginning and make it a good story.
What are you talking about?
Who are you and what's this all about?
Go home.
Now, look, Angel.
Go home, Mr. Shane. Go home before they pick you out of the gutter and put you to bed on a slab with a tag around your toe.
And she wasn't kidding. It did something frightening to watch that angel face tighten into a lot of hard lines. I knew I couldn't get any answers out of her, so I hopped a cab to where I figured there might be some. The Paquito Casino. Ramon Paquito, sole and legitimate proprietor. He saw me as I came through the door.
Ah, Mr. Detective Shane. Hi. But, senor, you look lousy.
Yeah. A couple of transplanted hoodlums felt like playing tag. I was it.
Ay, that is very sad. Well, in any case, you see, I have quite an establishment here, Mr. Detective. It would grieve me if I had to part with it.
Yeah.
Don't say, Rojo. Number 12 on the red case.
Quite a layout.
Mark, un momento, come here. Pablo will take your place. I want to talk with you, Mark.
Somebody special?
Mark Hagen, the best croupier in Mexico. Mark, this is Mr. Michael Shane, a friend of mine.
Right.
Show him around, Mark. Show him everything.
Why, sure. I'm glad to know you, Mr. Shane. You from the States?
New Orleans.
I leave you gentlemen now. There is much I must see about.
Fine town, New Orleans. Sometimes I get a yen to go back there just to see how fine it really is.
Is this joint legitimate, Hagen?
Oh, it's as square as a box. 21, you hit 16, hole 17, dice, bet them any way you like, with the house or against, and a couple of roulette wheels.
They gap?
Did Paquito tell you to ask me those questions?
There's a nasty rumor going on around that roulette wheels can be rigged against the house.
Yeah, I don't like you, Mr. Shane. I don't know who you are or what you've got on your mind, but I don't play like that. Paquito is my friend.
Okay, Hagen, I'm sorry. Sorry I made a mistake. I tried and I was wrong. No hard feelings.
Plenty of hard feelings, Mr. Shane. I think I'd like it better back at the table. You can look around by yourself.
So I did. As far as I could see, nobody was dealing second cards. The dice didn't shimmy after they hit the backboard. And the roulette wheels were giving the house better than an even break. Then she walked in. Gabby. Angel face in an evening gown that wouldn't quit. All smooth and round and cotton candy blonde hair. She stood in the doorway and looked around the room, then nodded slightly to a guy in a fawn-colored dinner jacket that fitted him like a dream. I walked up to her, watched the frown grow at the corners of her mouth.
You fool. Get out of here.
10 years ago, I had a vision about a woman who looked like you.
You don't know what you're doing.
There are a lot of women, Gabby, a lot of kinds of women. I don't know whether I like that or not.
You don't scare easily, do you, Mr. Shane?
Not very. Should I be scared?
Suit yourself. It's your life.
Yeah. I expect to take it back with me.
The kind of phrase, Mr. Shane. I make book on that.
And I'll call one right back at you, Angel. 5 will get you 10.
Hasta mañana, redhead. Only for you, tomorrow won't happen.
I watched her sway the pat through the ankle-deep rug to the blackjack table. She bought some chips and busied herself with the game. I took a stand at the roulette wheel next to the fawn-colored jacket and watched. Just watched. There's something to see. Men and women expensively dressed with that same look of fascination you see around a cockfight in back of a barn.
Cinco Negro, number 5 on the black. Oh, I'm sorry, senor. You placed your money after the ball had settled. The house cannot accept your bet.
What are you talking about? I had that 100 peso bill down before you started to spin.
I'm sorry, senor, but that is not so.
Hey, what kind of a two-bed joint is this anyway? Sure, I had my money down. These people will tell you.
The house insists you take back your money, senor. There is no question about the honesty of this.
Look, now, pay me, brother, before I take this dive apart. You first.
There is trouble, Mark.
Yes, this gentleman, he placed a bet after the wheel had started.
He's talking to his hat, mister. Give me my dough.
Your 100 pesos, senor. The bill you lay down on the table. Now, if you please, get out.
And he did, too quickly. The big guy folded the bill carefully, winked, grinned, and got out. In another second, I knew the reason why. Fawn-colored jacket was shoveling in a stack of chips from the number 5 square. All according to house rules, except he hadn't bet any chips on the number in the first place. I ducked out of the casino just in time to see the big guy disappear around the corner. I raced down the walk, but he was nowhere in sight. Then, like it says in the correspondence school lessons, I knelt down to look for footprints in the soft grass.
You're looking for me, Shane.
Should I be?
Shane, as a detective, you're a phoner. You couldn't detect foul play if you came across a corpse in the trunk.
Well, but good enough to figure out that pitch you pulled back there in the casino.
Give me a reading, Shane. What did I do?
You and the little man in the dinner jacket. You threw down a 100-peso note with a blue chip underneath it. You get thrown out, dinner jacket collects 35 to 1.
You're a pigeon, boy. You followed me just like it was figured you would.
Can't you talk without that gun in your hand?
It's good for shooting pigeons. Right now, you.
Oh, wait a minute.
No more minutes, Shane. You got no more time. Bite your lip or say a prayer or just close your eyes and take it. It's all yours, boy. Now hold on to it.
Big gun in his hand turned over and over. He leaned his face close to mine, hissing softly between his teeth. It was a face that held all the evil in the world, the kind that gets up close when somebody's going to die. Suddenly, everything shattered in front of me like a bulb smashed against a rock. I got the last funny flash. Michael Shane, a guy head deep in nothing.
In just a moment, we'll return to the new adventures of Michael Shane and the case of the Crooked Wheel.
There are some guys in this world crazy enough to leave their happy home just for the opportunity of getting choked by a gorilla and getting shot by a man who has fun watching people fold up under the impact of a slug. Guys like me, all for $20 a day in expenses. And it started out as a simple noggin job, trying to ferret out who was beating Senor Ramon Paquito's roulette wheels at his casino in Mexico City. Only somebody was having a personal fiesta, having me bounced around. As a result, I was catching the habit of waking up in strange rooms after each current beating. This time, I fought my way through the numbness in my right shoulder long enough to squint out at what was around me. There were several things. Daylight, 4 walls, a roulette wheel, and a round table, and a guy I'd seen once before, who I figured didn't ever want to see me again. Mark Hagen, Senor Paquito's #1 croupier.
Take it easy, Shane. You better not try to move for a while.
I didn't know you cared, Hagen.
I brought you to my room. Seemed like the only decent thing to do.
How'd you find me?
I followed you. I was afraid I was a little too late. I apologize for that.
Well, what made you come after me?
That gag they pulled with the pawn chip is the oldest dodge in roulette. I had an idea you were a right guy after you went after that big fellow. I had an idea I could be of some help.
So you see those guys before? The big one and the skinny lad he worked with?
They've been around. The fellow you followed is called Hugo. The other one's named Drew. I didn't know they knew each other.
Yeah, I should have been more careful. That guy Hugo has a sense of humor that could kill you.
Now, don't worry about it anymore. I removed the bullet.
You removed the bullet?
It's an old hobby of mine, taking bullets out of people. I made a living at it 15 years ago. I was a specialist until the law got interested.
You were a doctor?
Class of 28 Midwestern, class of 35 Dannemora. License revoked for malpractice. Profile of Mark Hagen, bum.
So you drifted down here and went to work for Paquito?
Well, it's a living, Shane. Being a croupier has its points. Nobody asks questions.
It gives you a chance to use your hands, doesn't it?
Yes. What made you ask that?
A roulette wheel on the table. Did you get enough practice at the casino?
Sometimes, my friend, it's an indiscretion to inquire into motives.
Look, I'll tell you something, Hagen. It could be a wild, wild dream, but I'll tell you about it anyhow.
Yeah?
About you, maybe. About a croupier clever enough to spin a wheel in such a way that the ball drops in any slot he wants.
Oh, you're out of your mind, Shane.
Maybe, but I don't think so. It's been done before. I can't give the place and date, but it's been done. As I remember it, the croupier was a frustrated violinist. He had no talent for the violin, but he could make that wheel whistle Dixie. Just like you.
Go on.
Yeah, an ex-surgeon could get the same idea. A man who could do things with his hands, intricate things. What other reason for the roulette wheel on that table over there? Practice.
What are you going to do about it?
I could tell Paquito. That's what he hired me for.
If you did that, I'd kill you.
Yeah, maybe you would at that.
Well, that's a promise, Shane.
Okay, Hagen.
Mark,
Say no more, Hagen.
Come on in, Gabby. Close the door.
Congratulations, Mr. Shane.
Oh, you two know each other?
Sure. Yesterday, your lady love was making book I'd be washed up on the beach.
I see you almost made it, the redhead. What stopped you?
Say, what is this?
Hagen, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to give you some advice.
What makes you think Mark needs your advice?
Get rid of her, Hagen. She's no good for you. She's no good for anybody.
Don't listen to him, Mark.
Go ahead.
Sure. Now, see if you can follow me. I come to Mexico City and immediately get beat up by two thugs. I wake up in Gabby's room. She claims that if it wasn't for her, they would have killed me.
He's lying. I met him at the casino.
Now, understand, Hagen, I'm a stranger here. The only reason anyone would want me out of the way is because I could have been hired to queer his act. Okay so far?
Yes, it makes sense.
So it follows that Gabby had made some sort of play with these thugs. Maybe something you don't know about.
True enough, Mark. Everything he says is a lie.
You're being very impolite, my dear.
The way it looks from here, Hagen, is that little Gabby has you framed for a fall guy. From here, that's the only way I see it.
You ransom shamus.
Hey, you sit down. You sit down and shut up.
I'm getting out of here. I don't want any part of you, Hagen. You're
staying, dear. I can't afford to let you out of my sight. Mr. Shane might be having a wild dream, as he said, but I can't take the chance. Now sit down.
I left the happy couple and walked out into the midday Mexican sunshine. Things were beginning to add up. The guy who nearly broke my neck and the man with the gun were the same. That was Hugo. I heard the name before I passed out the first time. And it was an even bet that the lazy talker and the dapper gent named Drew were identical. But for a one-armed detective without a license to carry a gun in Mexico, there wasn't much I could do about either one of them. Well, it was time to go back and resign my job. I couldn't put the finger on Hagen anyhow. So I caught a cab to the Paquito Casino, walked into the senor's private office.
Each time I see you, Mr. Detective, you look worse. Perhaps this climate doesn't agree with you.
As a matter of fact, Senor Paquito, the time has come to bid a reluctant farewell to the land of Montezuma.
Mr. Detective, observe before you a person who is deeply puzzled.
Yeah?
A few minutes ago, I received a call by telephone from Mark Hagen. He is leaving my employ.
Yeah, when?
Tonight. Tonight, he will be croupier for the last time at the Paquito Casino. I don't understand why. You tell me why, Mr. Detective.
Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe the climate doesn't agree with him either.
This I doubt. Mr. Detective, you have observed Senor Hagen. What is your impression as to his integrity?
Like I said, your guess is as good as mine. It isn't up to me to guess anyhow. You can mail me what you owe me to New Orleans. I'm quitting, senor.
Yes, but why?
Every time somebody tries to knock me off, they come a little bit closer. Now, Huster, whatever it is to
me. Wait. Look, just this evening. Remain here at the casino. This I ask you as a favor personal to Ramon Paquito. I even say please, listen. Please.
Well, I don't know, senor. I don't know what good I can be to you.
Well, perhaps no good at all. You just stay here. Observe. That is all I ask you to do. For this, double wages, double expenses.
Well...
Very well, triple. Sunday night, triple play. Agreed?
Agreed, senor. I will observe. In another hour, the joint began to fill up. And a few minutes after that, Gabby walked into the room, still looking like an angel, the way some women who are devils do. She strolled over to the roulette table where Hagen was raking them in. He put a stack on the red. There wasn't a sign of recognition between Hagen and the girl.
Siete, rojo, 7 pays, red pays, number 7 on the red. Place your bets for the next spin. No bets can be made after the wheel starts.
On the next spin, the girl won again. Then she lost. Soon she began to double her bets and kept winning more times than she didn't. When she started to play individual numbers, she made the law of averages look like something that hadn't passed Congress yet. Just before she bet number 4, I watched Hagen fold his thumb under his palm and rub the side of his face with the rest of his hand.
Cuatro negro, 4 pays, black pays, number 4 on the black.
The young lady seems to be lucky this evening. I've been observing you.
Why not this evening, Senor Paquito? I'm always lucky at your table.
Yes, I have observed that too. Mark, stop the wheel. I wish to see just how lucky this young lady is. Ladies and gentlemen, you will pick up your bets. If you care to play there at the other tables, please. This wheel shall be used exclusive to test the young lady's luck.
But, senor...
It is your intention to break the bank, is it not so? Spin the wheel, Mark.
It was simple enough to figure out. The two of them, Hagen and Gabby, were making a one final grab at a whole lot of money. Whatever his friendship for Paquito might have been, Hagen was forgetting all about it, for the girl and the dough. And he had a foolproof gimmick to do it. In another hour, there were roughly 100,000 pesos stacked in front of the girl.
If the young lady doesn't mind, there's a gentleman who wishes to join her.
It was a dapper lad in a dinner jacket. The guy named Drew. Gabby stiffened when she saw him.
I don't know. This is my last spin.
That's too bad, ma'am. I had the idea I could ride along on your streak. I'd be very disappointed, ma'am.
But I thought Senor Paquito...
It's quite all right, young lady. The gentleman informs me he wishes to make his wager in the identical sum and number as you do.
It's just like the senor says, ma'am. One spin, any amount. I guess I can take the chance. You'd do it, all right?
Very well. All of it. I bet the whole amount on number 1.
Good, that's fine, ma'am. Number 1 it is. 100,000 pesos, riding right along with you. Spin the wheel, mister.
It was a sight to see. The girl, a knuckle clamp between her teeth. Paquito with a tight little smile, and Drew staring. That's all, just staring down at the table. The only one who moved was Hagen. His right hand slid across his chest to the inside of his coat.
That's draw hole number 3, Payne.
Why, you double-crossed... The flash from Drew's gun lit on a flying steel blade. Hagen spun across the room, hammered back by the bullets that tore through his chest. Drew stopped shooting and tried to speak. His words stuck on the knife blade in his throat. They almost fell into each other's arms. I turned just fast enough to see the girl disappear through the side entrance, and I went after her. Outside, there was nothing. I hailed a cab and gave him directions to the only place I knew where to look, Gabby's room. I took the wooden stairs 3 at a time, down the hall to the door marked number 6.
But it's true, but that's just the way it happened. Oh.
Yeah. Come in. Come in, boys. Looks like we're the only ones left, huh?
Yeah. Everything you ever part of dies, doesn't it, Hugo?
Too true, boy. It looks like I'm batting 1,000 today.
Hugo, no. Hugo, put that gun away. No more killing, Hugo. No more, no.
In a moment, we'll be back with a thrilling climax to tonight's Michael Shayne adventure.
I watched the smoke curl up from the snout of Gabby's revolver and mix with her yellow hair and then float up to the ceiling. She stared at Hugo's crumpled body, let the gun drop from her limp fingers. I picked it up. Then she stared at me.
Aren't you going to thank me for saving your life?
Sure, thanks. You killed Hugo to save your own beautiful skin.
You're all mixed up, Redhead.
You killed him because you knew he'd never believe your story about what happened at the casino. You didn't have enough time. Hugo enjoyed killing too much himself, especially people he thought crossed him.
What are you talking about?
You had a good pitch with Hagen. He could put that ball in any number or color you bet on, but that wasn't enough for you.
It doesn't matter now, Redhead.
You thought you could double your profits by throwing in with Hugo and Drew. Yeah, maybe you were going to double-cross them, too. I don't know.
There's still plenty enough for both of us.
Take your choice, Angel. The police or Paquito?
We go away together, you and I, tonight. There's a plane out of here in half hour. We can make it. We're good for each other, Redhead. Listen. Listen to me. There's still plenty. Yours and mine. Listen to me.
Hello, operator.
Listen to me.
Give me the police.
This is your director, Bill Russo, again. Our story is based on characters created by Brett Halliday. The New Adventures of Michael Shayne is a Don W. Sharp production, transcribed in Hollywood and distributed exclusively by the Broadcasters Guild.
This is Bob Camarillo, thanking everyone for tuning in to WPNM, where the oldies are still young. Don't forget to tune in again tomorrow at 12 noon for more old-time radio.
You're listening to Shoutcast Radio.
Legacy begins with simple moments. The recipes, the games, the laughter. These are the treasures we hold on to. Because the wealth we build isn't just measured in dollars, it's measured in what lasts. At BOK Financial Advisors, we take time to understand what matters most to you. and help create a plan designed around the life you want to pass on. Build your legacy with BOK Financial Advisors.